U.S. President Donald Trump said that in fact, he warned Iran of fresh strikes and said that Hamas will have hell to pay if it fails to disarm in Gaza, as he presented a united front with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday. Speaking at a news conference with Netanyahu in Florida, Trump threatened to eradicate any attempt by Tehran to rebuild its nuclear program or ballistic missile arsenal following U.S. and Israeli strikes earlier this year. Trump also downplayed reports of tensions with Netanyahu over the second stage of the fragile Gaza ceasefire, saying that Israel had lived up to its commitments and that the onus was on Palestinian militant group Hamas. Meanwhile, Hamas's armed wing reiterated earlier on Monday that it would not surrender its weapons.
Well, we talked about Hamas and we talked about disarmament, and they're going to be given a very short period of time to disarm. And we'll see how that works out. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be in charge of that from our side. But if they don't disarm, as they agreed to do, they agreed to it, and then there'll be hell to pay for them. And we don't want that. We're not looking for that. But they have to disarm within a fairly short period of time.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that it had been a very productive meeting and announced that Israel was awarding Trump its highest civilian honor, the first time it has gone to a non-Israeli citizen. Netanyahu also appeared to have steered Trump towards focusing on Israel's concerns about Iran.
Well, President Trump has broken so many conventions to the surprise of people, and then they figure out, oh, well, maybe, he was right after all. So we decided to break a convention too, or create a new one, and that is to award the Israel Prize, which in almost our 80 years, we've never awarded it to a non-Israeli, and we're going to award it this year to President Trump. This was announced formally over lunch by our Minister of Education, who's responsible for the Israel Prize. It's going to be awarded to President Donald J. Trump for his tremendous contributions to Israel and the Jewish people.
Akhilesh Tuman is joining us from Delhi to get us more on this. Akhilesh, coming together of US and Israel on Iran is somewhat on the expected lines. But then what does this mean for the geopolitical situation in the region, given the present circumstances?
Actually, Iran always speaks against US and Israel.
Yes.
And though they have downgraded their tones in the recent times after the attack by US on Iranian nuclear installations, but Iran has been claiming that there is no damage. If there is no damage, then it gives US a chance to further damage it down so that there is no danger. So I think Iran, the whole Iranian logic is based on more ultra-nationalism than rationalism. Iran should be rational in their statements because, once you know that Israel and USA are after Iran's, nuclear installations, nuclear missiles, ballistic missiles, and they feel that Iran is a danger for Israel and Iran is a danger for many other countries in the region. And also, they understand that Iran supports organizations like Hezbollah, Houthi, and other extremist elements in the region. So instead of toning down their voice, Iran has always been speaking in loud voice even after the attack. So I think it gives Netanyahu a chance to further persuade USA to further tighten its news on Iran and Iranian any army, any nuclear installations. So in that way, when Iran was telling that we are, making ballistic missiles, now it is giving a chance to Netanyahu, and Netanyahu is persuading Trump to take a tight, decision about that, and that is why Netanyahu in his talks told about Iranians, preparations, and then Donald Trump said that it has to be dealt with very, strongly. And I think that is why Trump himself has given a statement against Iranian ballistic missile program. So I think it is very natural. Instead of Iran coming to terms and going into certain negotiations with US and other countries in the world, saying that we are not in preparation of ballistic missiles, Iran is hailing their preparations. So I think it is becoming difficult for Iranian people, so that they may have faced again some sort of action against Iranian, these installations, as Trump said,
All right, that was about Iran, Akhilesh. But then, when we talk of Israel and US, then President Trump playing an important role in Israel-Hamas conflict and the Israel-Hamas peace deal. Added to that, Israel announcing its highest civilian honor for Trump. What do you make of this bonhomie, if I may call it, between the two nations?
It's a very old bonhomie, actually. Israel is quite close, and you can say that Israel is considered to be the 51st states of USA without being the
Yes.
part of the USA. So in that way, US-Israel relations are very, very, very strong. And whenever there is a chance of any danger on Israel,